ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಹಲೋ ಹಲೋ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆಯಾ? ಓಕೆ, ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು. So today, students, we are going to have the discussion on the very important concept in marketing. Yesterday, I was giving a brief snapshot of whatever the discussion that I wanted to have today, that is relating to product life cycle. Yesterday, I was talking to you that product life cycle is like a human life cycle concept, because we see that the human life cycle starts with the birth of a baby. We born, and we see we take the birth as a baby and we start growing. No, so the first stage is called as the introduction stage. In the case of the product life cycle, it is the birth stage in case of the human life. Second, we start growing, and it is going to be called as a growth stage in case of the products and services. Whereas in the case of the human life cycle, it is going to be called as the growth stage. And the third one, we call it as the adulthood in the case of the human life cycle. We consider it as maturity in case of the product life cycle concept. The fourth concept, fourth stage happens to be the decline stage. When in the case of the human life cycle, it is the person becoming old, said that older and older he is going to be, or as the age passes through. Now, what the thing that we are going to learn in the product life cycle is, it is very important, because in the marketing, the manufacturer will come to know whether he is in that particular introduction stage or growth stage or the maturity stage, or the product is in the life's decline stage, and he has to apply very important strategies at each point of time, because we see the application of these strategies becomes very much important in the case of marketing. Without strategies, nothing is going to work out. For that particular purpose, we take into cognizance as to what suitable strategies are to be framed by the manufacturer or the dealer when he gets into a particular stage. For example, during the introduction stage, let us see that the company people focuses on the production of the product in a very small quantity, because they can't produce it in a voluminous manner, because the product is not known to the outer world. So they have to take a lot of precautions as to how they move with the advertisement of the product, promoting their product through the salesmanship or through the advertisement. Today we see that there are a lot many advertisement medias, including the social media marketing and all those things. So you can produce or promote your product through electronic media or through the print media. So what are the options available in the print media? We take into consideration newspaper, journals, magazines, and brochures and posters, all these things. We are going to display the product in the important places. Newspaper happens to be the cheapest mode, because everybody will subscribe for the newspapers, no, in their house when they want to read. Say, for example, Economic Times, Financial Express, or Deccan Herald, Prajavani, Vijayavani, or Kannada Prabha, whatever the thing that is going to be. The ads will be there relating to the products that you are manufacturing and what you want to promote or advertise in these particular newspapers. So after this newspaper, you may opt for the what we consider it as the journals or the magazines, and you can see that you are going to take into consideration these particular aspects, and you are going to see that the promotion becomes very much important, because you see that you are going to have the different stages, no. So when you are there in the pre-introduction stage, you have to shell out lot of money for the purpose of advertising the product in the print media or in the electronic media. Journals and magazines happen to be little costly, and it is not going to be purchased by the mass class of the people, because it is going to be costly. Say, for example, it may cost like 40 rupees or 50 rupees to purchase, either in the chartered accountant magazines or in the company secretary or in the Southern Economist or something like relating to the products where you want to advertise. No, what we think that we are going to learn here is, as the things you people are going to purchase the products, if it becomes costly, advertisement also is going to be little bit tougher, because everyone is not going to purchase, and everyone is not going to get those particular products awareness as such. So when you want to bring awareness among the customers or the general public, you have to go for the cheapest modes of the advertisement. Or when you go for the electronic media, we have the television today. Everyone is going to look into the television and they purchase and possess these particular advertisements, the television, and through which they can come to know about the arrival of the product, because we come across lot many company products are going to be advertised in the television. Say, for example, Berger Paints, or now we have the Nippon Paints, where exterior paints and interior paints happens to be one and the same color can be applied. What you apply for the exterior structure of the building to the interior also. That particular promotion is going to be there, and it is going to be cheaper when we consider the companies telling them or claiming that Berger paints are number one, or very costly, or it is very cheap, or it is going to have long lasting capacity. Say, for example, when you go for Nippon paints or the Asian paints, they say when you go for the very Ultima brand, because we have got primer and we have got the Apex and what we call as the Ace, or we have the Ultima. So Apex is going to be considered for the interior part of the house, whereas Ace you are going to apply for the exterior part of the building, and Ultima is going to be very costly, because you have to spend lot of money for that, because it is going to have lot of resistance, like it is going to have the shining, and it is going to long last for 10 years or something like that, as the advertisement ads goes on. So television happens to be one of the powerful media of the advertisement, and for that the companies have to shell out crores together, because earlier we used to have very popular serials, and in Kannada we have the Dharavahis and all those things, where immediately after the Dharavai or the serials, which is very popular, when you want to give the advertisement, people will immediately look into those particular advertisements. For example, you have got something relating to, like in Kannada, after 6 o'clock in the evening, you see Arishina Kunkuma, or uh, something relating to Agni or something like that. Or we have the serials relating to very epical and hypothetical. This one, where the products and the services are going to be advertised. This is very important, because we come to know that these things are going to be carried out in such a manner that we want to attract the mass of the people who are going to stay for the purpose of purchasing the product, so that they are not going to have switchover of the products in case of other competing products entering the markets, because for each and every product or the service we come across so many substitutes, and we have the competing products, isn't it? For example, the Bata shoe company is going to advertise their sandals or the slippers, what they are going to manufacture. In the open market, we are going to see that Liberty, Flex, Footline, Corona, Flex, they are all going to advertise their products also. So people have the choice to purchase any commodity of their choice, depending upon the promotion, depending upon the color, depending upon the performance, depending upon the quality, durability, texture, model, design, color, and all those things. So, human uh, tendency itself is like that, because it is psychology, no? Because we are all going to be attracted by our what the thinking process that is going to take place in our mind. That's why most of the psychologists, or they consider that whatever the purchase decisions that we are going to have in the consumer behavior, it is going to be something like a hidden one. It can't be seen. Even for our very dearest and the nearest people, they don't understand what actually this particular happening in their minds. Because all of a sudden, when you take your friend, you may not be having that particular thinking as to relating what the information that he has got relating to the product, and immediately when he goes for the shopping of those particular products or the services in the market, immediately he will make a decision to purchase, and your friends will be astonished or surprised to see how come this particular person, when he was coming with us, he said that he doesn't have the money, but all of a sudden he is going to make the decision to purchase the product, that too on the credit basis by giving the credit card or something like, because the human mindset itself is like that, because we take into consideration these particular issues very seriously, because human psychology is going to play a very mastery role with regard to the purchase decision. The second important thing that we look into with regard to these particular issues, maybe with regard to the websites designing by the companies, where they can tell about their products or the services, what they are going to manufacture, and they construct the website in such an attractive manner so that people will come forward and purchase their product, because features, the texture, the price, and whatever the value addition that they are going to do, everything is going to be advertised, and people are going to be happy about this particular issues. The next important thing that we look into is about, as the things, we have the social media today, because we see when you are using the mobile phones, smartphones, you see you have the options to get into Bluetooth connection. WhatsApp will be there, YouTube will be there, or Twitter is there, Instagram is there, Facebook is there, so Pinterest is there. So many chat boxes are available, and you can think about these particular issues, that where the advertisement is going to be given to the products, and you can write comments on as to how they are performing, how the songs or the film is. Everything is going to be advertised, because you see, in the yesterday's, we didn't add this particular option. But today, because of the smartphones availability and all those things, we are going to see that the products are going to be purchased. You see, lot of advertisements we are going to look, and we are going to ask our colleagues or our friends, relatives, and we come to know about the performance of the product, or where we have to go and purchase, because nowadays the companies are going to start their own factory outlets and all those things. So most of the people will go to the factory outlets where lot of discounts are available, where the products are going to be in a very reasonable manner. Because if you go to the dealer shops and the marketer shops like wholesalers, retailers, you, because they will also add whatever the margin that they want, isn't it? So nowadays, today, direct marketing has come up in the market. Online marketing or a target marketing has come up. But because of the direct marketing, you see, the manufacturer is going to supply the product or the services directly to the consumer store. And because of that, today we see online marketing is there, internet marketing is there, and this direct marketing has become so important that the people are going to order over the mobile phones through the usage of the internet. This is one part of what I wanted to inform you, because product life cycle is so important that we take into consideration these particular issues, because the manufacturer or the dealer or the marketer will come to know as to what these particular issues are, because what strategies are to be applied, because you see that in the when the product is in the introduction stage, you can't make that particular product to be produced on a voluminous this one. Why? Because the product is not known to the people, no. So the number of purchases will be very less. When the production itself is less, in anticipation of the demand, you can't produce, because if the product is not already there, or it is not positioned in the minds of the manufacturers or the people as such. Because when the people do not know about the whereabouts of your products through the electronic media or through the print media, you can't produce the product all of a sudden. So because it may not be sold, the people liking may be a different one. So always the manufacturer is going to be very, very choosy as regards this particular production is being concerned. Only when he ensures that the product is being purchased like hotcakes in the market, then only he produces the products in a very voluminous way. So in the introduction stage, what happens? The production is going to be very less, and at the same time, you see that the sales are also going to be having very less sales. And when the sales are very less, automatically the profit that the manufacturer is going to make or the marketer is going to make is also going to be very low. So, with the very three important features that we are going to look into when the product is in the introduction stages, volume of production is less, sales is less, profit is less. So, what is the opposite contraction that you are going to see? When the sales are less and the production is less and profit are less, the manufacturer has to spend lot of money for the advertisement. He has to spend lot of money for the sales promotion. So, in the introduction stage, instead of profit, the profit is going to be negative, or lot of advertisement expenses has to be borne by the manufacturer when he goes for the product in the introduction stage, because it is his brainchild. No, every product that has been produced by the manufacturer happens to be their brainchild, and they have to see that their child grows in a healthy manner. Means they have to advertise the product, and then only people will come forward to purchase those particular things. The second important thing that we are going to observe is with regard to the growth stage. So, what is the important thing that you are going to observe in the growth stage? Because a child's growth starts growing, no? Similarly, the product over a period of time, because of its performance and quality or the durability, people will also start purchasing the products. People will purchase only when the product is qualitative, it is durable, and it is has got the want satisfying capacity. What I mean to say is, you have to always look into the things like the product is going to be accepted in a very easy manner, because the product has to perform in the way it has to perform, and the people are going to purchase those particular products for their consumption purpose. So, what is the strategy that the manufacturer has to apply when the product is in the growth stage? Because the production will slightly starts in a voluminous manner, people will start purchasing your products and they start consuming your services. So automatically, when the sales are picking up, the production will also enhance. It will start increasing, and the manufacturer has to spend a lot of money for the purpose of purchasing so a lot of raw materials, and he has to engage lot many employees. He has to bear the overhead expenditure, and he has to produce the product in a very voluminous way. So what happens when the sales starts picking up, the profit will also starts flowing into the manufacturer. The manufacturer is going to be very happy at the growth stage, because the production of the goods are taking place in a positive manner, voluminously. Profit is also increasing. Sales inter alia, it is going to increase as such. The in the growth stage, the manufacturer has to see that he will make maximum amount of the sales by giving lot of advertisement in the print media as well as in the electronic media, because he is going to be very happy, because he is going to earn crores together money, because the product is picking up like anything in the market. The third important stage that we are going to look into is the maturity stage. As you all know and aware of, this particular maturity stage is the very important stage in the product life cycle, because we see that people do purchase. It is like something like a adult or a teenage boy is going to be an adult from the day, or is going to attain the stage of the adulthood. So what does it mean? You have maturity. When maturity is there, you look into those particular issues where a person can understand the things as to whereabouts of the products and all those things. And in the maturity stage, the sales of the uh, product is going to be somewhat is going to reach the maximum length. So production will take place in a maximum manner, because in statistics we say no mean, median, and mode. Mean means average, and mode, when you say, it is the highest point. So the product is going to reach the zenith position, or the highest position of the sales is going to be attained when the product reaches the maturity stage. And advertisement expenditure is to be borne by the manufacturer, because he has to continuously put efforts. And sometimes what happens, Even if you don't advertise, if the product is good, people will start purchasing your product. And in the maturity stage, we see because of the color or the texture or the design or the durability or the quality, whatever the thing that you want to say, any adjective that you can add, people will be very happy. The manufacturer is going to be very happy at this particular stage because he is going to purchase the product continuously. And when he purchases the product continuously, the people are going to come on their own, and the products is going to be sold like hotcakes in the market. So there are two types of maturity stages for any product or the service. One we can consider as the growth maturity, and the other one we can call it as the declining maturity. Why we call the particular terminology like it is a growth maturity? Whatever the efforts that are going to be put in by the manufacturer or the dealer of the product or by the producer, you see, you pump more amount of money for the purpose of advertising the product, you see more sales is going to take place. That means to say, more the advertisement you are going to give, more the sales. That means to say what the manufacturer is going to earn lot of profit because the sales are picking up like anything. So the manufacturer is going to be very happy at this particular stage because he is going to concentrate on the sales efforts. He is going to concentrate on the advertisement of the product, sales promotion, and all those things. And he will also spend a lot of money for the research and development. Why research and development? Because more often when you take into consideration the research and development work, you see lot of efforts are going to be there on your part where you see the products are going to be advertised like anything. The second important thing that we look into is the declining maturity. What is the declining maturity? You see, declining maturity is the situation where whatever the efforts that the manufacturer is going to put for the purpose of increasing the sales of the commodity of his product, the revenue is not going to be compensated. For example, if you spend 1,000 rupees extra on the advertisement, at least you have to get 1,000 rupees extra profit from the sales. But in the case of the declining maturity, what happens? Even if you spend 1,000 rupees extra on the advertisement, you will not be in a position to get 100 rupees revenue extra. This is actually what we call as the decline stage. Because in the decline stage, you see that the product is not going to bring any revenue because of the extra effort put by the marketer or the dealer. So, in the maturity stage, we are going to say we are going to have two types of maturity. One is the growth maturity, and the other one is the decline maturity. In the case of the decline maturity, you see that the revenues are going to be very less for the manufacturer, and the manufacturer or the producer, you will feel no, I should not spend a lot of money because the sales has come to a particular place where it is not going to increase. Constant figure is going to be there. For example, if you do the sales volume in the month of January, 5,000 units, in February also it is going to be 5,000 only, or it is going to be lesser than 5,000 units, like 4,900 or 4,800 units. So in March also you observe, once again it is going to be below 5,000 only. In April, May you observe, in those particular months also the sales will not pick up. Then the manufacturer or the marketer will come to know. So all my efforts are going to be a futile exercise because it is not going to increase the profit. Because of that, what it does, it takes that particular product into the R&D, research and development wing of his company, and start talking to the scientists or the engineers and the operations department that whatever the effort that I am going to put up, this particular product is not picking up, and the customers' expectation is something different. So let us go for the manufacturing of the different product with value addition. For example, you see any product that you take will be having lot of options. For example, you take into consideration washing machine alone. In washing machine, how many brands are there? How many companies are manufacturing the washing machines? No, we have Onida, we have LG, we have got IFB, we have got Videocon, we have got as other companies' products, Whirlpool and all those things. In each company will boast of that they have got electric saving devices are there. It is going to be 3 star, 4 star, 5 star, like that they rate. That means to say how much may be the consumption of the refrigerator, the current bill, the electricity bill of your house will not go up. That means to say, people always look into yes, electricity bill is very, very costly. And when we switch on the refrigerator or the washing machine, it should not increase at a stretch the electricity bill. So, a 5 star they rating they give. So 4 star rating, 3 star rating you don't take. Why? Because the product is not catchy. Because it is going to consume more electricity. So you don't want to go for 3 star or 4 star rating of the refrigerator. If you take up the washing machine, also once again the things are going to be in a different manner. It all depends upon the compressor, the capacity that it has got. For example, they say 9 kgs or 10 kgs or 8 kgs, something like that. Depending upon that, they purchase the product as such. So here what we are going to see in the refrigerator, the compressor part is very much important. The motor part is very important. So they go for top load machines or front load machines. So because of this top load and front load variety of the washing machines that you are going to see, we have the different types of the Surf Excel or the Tide or some other product that is going to be called as it is front load and the top load. So when you take the machines that are going to be used, they are also be of that particular variety only. Top load washing machines are going to be somewhat costlier, and front load machines are going to be little bit not so costly when compared to the top load. So what we are going to observe in all these cases is we have to look into the quality of the washing machines that we have to purchase. Similar with regard to any item that you are going to purchase. For example, if you are using the oil items for your house, you think of which particular oil is to be purchased for the kitchen purpose, for consumables. So you have Sun Pure, Sun Gold, and you have got different varieties of the products that are being produced. Like, for example, out of the groundnut also they produce groundnut oil. Out of sunflower they come out with sunflower oil, or with sesame they are going to come out with sesame oil. And rice bran oils are available in the market, and olive oil are available. You may be wondering that people have started purchasing the olive oil also in India, because some of the olive oils are being imported from Italy, France, Germany, and people think of that they are going to use the olive oil, which you can directly apply for the salads and all those things. What the thing that I'm trying to explain for you is the products may be a different one, because 101 products we are going to purchase. For example, toothpaste. Earlier, the advertisement was given for the Promise toothpaste. Promise toothpaste, the gold medal winner, like that they used to say. After the Promise, people used to purchase the Promise toothpaste only during 1980s. But in the first of 1990s, we had lot of stiff competition for the Promise from the Colgate toothpaste. So Colgate toothpaste was purchased by almost all the people in every household used to purchase the Colgate, because they used to give lot of advertisement, and all the dentists used to recommend this particular Colgate toothpaste only. And you see that to enhance the sales, people will think of what particular strategies the manufacturer has adopted different strategies at this particular stage. Say, for example, during the marketing of these particular things, it takes into consideration as to how we can increase the volume of the production. So the dentist will ask that you should not brush only once or twice. You have to brush your teeth before going for the bed, or after immediately consuming something. Then we have come across the people who are going to wash their or brush their teeth immediately after their tea, something that they are going to eat. So by this, what has happened? The brush will also get depreciated because of the more usage, and the toothpaste will also get emptied because of the more usage of the toothpaste. So what has happened indirectly? People purchasing the toothbrush and the toothpaste has increased. Now this is going to show this some strategies are to be applied because you have to take to the product, the research and development, and see some modification is being brought so that the value addition is going to be there. For example, whenever you want to get the ISO certification, especially, you see that we have the people going for the different changes in the models or in the color or in the texture. For example, you take alone the standalone example of the Maruti Suzuki. You see, Maruti Suzuki has come out with different varieties of the cars in the Indian context. First, they started with a small mini Maruti 800. Maruti 800, you might have observed, even here and there on the roadside, we come across occasionally one or two Maruti 800 cars that were manufactured in 1985-86, and still it is there. After Maruti car 800, they went for what we consider as the Alto car. So after the Alto car, they went for Alto K series, and after the Alto K series, they went for the Wagoner production. So Wagoner came into production, and people started purchasing Wagoner. After Wagoner, they went for the modified version of the Wagoner. Then after that, for the purpose of having the modification, they went for Desire, Swift car. Swift car, they started production. So looking into the Swift car, people started looking into the back part of the Swift car. They started commenting. Then they went for Swift Desire. When they went for the production of the Swift Desire, people start commenting on the model or the design of that from the backside point of view. Then once again, they went for the modified version of the Swift Desire as such. And today we see that most of the cars that are there on the on road belongs to the Swift car and all those things. And people are going to purchase this particular Maruti car, and it is going to be seen on the Indian roads because of two important reasons. Number one is it is very cost effective, and number two, in every district or in the taluka place, you come across the service centers of this particular Maruti car. But we cannot come across about the service centers at the taluka place or in the district place relating to our Hyundai or Hyundai cars, for example. Hyundai car was a tough competitor for the Maruti Suzuki because they start producing Hyundai cars, which they named as Santro and all those things. And modified version of the Santro came, and they started going for the Verna cars, which was very lengthy. The bonnet was very lengthy. They priced it at 10 lakh rupees, diesel version, and the petrol version also came into existence. Now, all these things are going to tell us that whenever you want to have the ISO certification and your products are to be sold in the market, it is very much important on your part that you go for the research and development. Either you have to change the cars design, cars colors, or the texture, or something relating to this. Yeah, this is going to speak to you that at the maturity stage, one or the other strategy relating to the research and development and producing the different variety of the products. For example, if you are there in the jute industry, you have to go for cotton textile industry. If you are there in cotton textile industry and the industry is not performing well, then you may opt for cement industry. So one or the other variety of the product you have to get into and position yourself, because when your product is a failure in the market and nobody is coming and purchasing your product, you have to see that you have the choice of going for product diversification. Then you have to go for utilizing whatever the space or the building that is there. You have to see that with minimum cost, you are going to have the project diversification and you start producing a different variety of the product and all those things. The very important point that I'm noticing for you is even in the cement industry, you can see so many varieties of the cements are available by the different companies. For example, ACC is there. The brand is named as ACC Cement. Then you have got Birla Cement. In the Birla itself, you have got what is called as 43 grade cement, 53 grade cement, Super Birla, they are going to say. So when you purchase a 43 grade 43 grade Birla cement, it is going to be something like 480 or 460 rupees. When you want to go for Super Birla, you have to pay 520 or 530, something like that, depending upon the season. Because usually cements, you see construction industry is going to get a flip highest during the when the product is going to be there in the non-rainy season, especially after November. The construction industry is going to pick up like anything. Till May it will be. So once in June the rain starts, once again the cement industry is going to lose its market. So no construction work relating to super projects or highly oriented constructive business like construction of bridges, dams, and all those things are going to take place. Now, this being the case, next we take into consideration as to what is considered as the very important thing that is relating to the project diversification or the product diversification. You have to take back the products which are not being accepted in the market. Then you have to go for the production of the product which is being required. So the manufacturer is going to be on the happy side when it is going to be on the positive side of the sales. But the manufacturer also is going to be very sorrowful because he is not going to be happy, unhappy, or he is disappointed, disgusted, whatever the words that you are going to use. You see, because the product is not picking up in the market and he is not going to get lot of profit for the business, then he has to take altogether stop making investment of the products which is not being sold. The next stage that we study is with regard to the decline stage. What we observe in the decline stage is relating to the thing that in the decline stage, whatever the efforts of the manufacturer or the producer is going to put, it is going to be a futile exercise. It's going to be a failure. It's going to be a utter failure. Why? Because the competition will be so much that your products are not asked in the market at all because so many substitutes and other competing products have come up in the market. For example, you see, earlier we used to have the detergent cakes like we had Mysore bar and all those things, which were produced by the company people, and it was locally produced. Mysore bar was there. Now everyone used to purchase. Then came 507, and so for the washing purpose, 507 was being nicknamed, and everyone used to purchase 507 detergent soap only, and it was cut into small pieces when the people were not afford to purchase 1 rupee 50 paisa or 2 rupees. I'm telling you about 1980s. One 10 paisa if you give or 20 paisa you give, you used to give one part, one small portion of the 507. But nowadays you see over a period of 1980s, you see so many other people started coming. Nirma soap was giving competition for all the local products. And you know the story of the Nirma man, how he stood up in the market. You may be not believing that during 1980s in our India, the superpower in the detergent market was the Nirma product only. And this particular Nirma powder was available in the soap powder also, that is in the what we call it in the small grains form. It was packed in half kilo or 200 grams or 1 kg Nirma washing powder. Then they used to brought out with the cakes also, like the total 200 grams or 300 grams cakes. Nirma soaps were manufactured by the people. And you believe it or not, during 1980s, the production of the Nirma had gone up like anything in the market. And it was around, they used to control 98% of the total detergent market share in Indian market, if you take up. So other people, they were left out with only 2% detergent market share. But with the introduction of the rinse soap, you see there was a continuous fall in the market share of the Nirma man. Nirma man, who was a superpower, he started donating lot of money for the philanthropic and for the development of his own business. We had the Nirma Institute of Management Studies that was developed in Ahmedabad in Gujarat. where he started diversifying the product. In the 1994-95, you saw that this particular stiff competition was faced by the Nirma man, by the Rin. Rin went for production of different soap cakes, detergent cakes, and all those things. And at the same time, they also went for the production of the soap powder also. So Rin, Rin Shakti, Rin Super, Rin washing powder, all these things came in the market, and it was giving lot of competition in the market. So Nirma exit was non-existing. Today you see there are no people who can purchase the Nirma soap, or Nirma washing soap is not being heard by any particular people at all. It is unheard by you people only who are in the age group of up to 25, 26 years today in the existing situation. They are not aware of the Nirma soap. They are aware only of the Rin, Rin Shakti, Rin Super, and all this. Over a period of time, for the Rin powder, you see Tide came up in the market. So Tide, they used to give a lot of advertisement. They brought out the washing soap with red grains and green color, blue color, white color, all varieties, yellow color. All these grains were mixed up, and the Tide was, as the name was kept, the Tide means it is going to wash away everything, isn't it? So all the stains that are going to be there on your clothes, pants, shirts, and other garments, everything is going to be taken out by this particular Tide. The name was given like that only. And they used to offer buckets and all those things for the purpose of rinsing the cloth or washing the cloth as an offer they used to give. And the business picked up for the Tide also. And it went on for 4 or 5 years. Then immediately you saw Surf Excel came into the market. And today you all know what Surf Excel is. And it is the number one brand in the Indian market, in the Indian detergent market. All the people are purchasing the Surf Excel only. So in the Surf Excel also you can see 1 kg of Surf Excel is going to cost you around 300 rupees in the market. It is available in 5 kgs pocket, and we have the front load and we have the top load Surf Excel and all those things. People are going to purchase those things on their own. This is going to tell you all about as to how the Surf Excel won the Indian detergent market. I'm going to give different examples on this particular context. Even when you take up the bike also, you see up to 1980s, you see we had the Royal Enfield, which was a super bike that was manufactured, and we had that particular factory outlet even in Mysore also. They were producing the this particular Royal Enfield, and it was making lot of noise, and it was considered as road king. And all the boys, the male gender, they used to purchase the Royal King, the Royal Enfield as such. Then we came across the second variety of the product that was available in the market, that is relating to the Hero Honda. In the Hero Honda, you can see that the Hero Honda group of the companies, they came out with the bikes with different variety. What was the advantage of the Hero Honda when compared to the Enfield, Royal Enfield? It is the fuel efficiency. Because when you put diesel or petrol for your bike, normally you look into the fuel efficiency. Their Hero Honda bike was giving 45-50 kilometers per liter of the petrol, whereas Royal Enfield used to give only less than 20 kilometers. So people started discarding Royal Enfield, and they started purchasing the this particular Hero Honda. And Hero Honda went into giving stiff competition for all types of the products. A Bajaj scooter, which was well known, and they went for which was there in the two stroke. They went for 3 stroke. They went for 4 stroke, 5 stroke, like that, and they wanted to increase the efficiency. But it was a futile attempt on the part of the Bajaj, because today no one is going to purchase the Bajaj. So Bajaj people, what they said, so we will also compete with the Hero Honda group of the people. They started manufacturing the Bajaj bikes as such, and today you can see a lot of Splendor and other varieties of the products are available, and the scooters have disappeared. Today we see Activa, Honda has come up in the market, and different brands have come up, different products have come up. Like we have got the what is considered as you see that we have Dio scooters, we have the Splendor, we have the Strike, Streak is another particular brand, and Dio is another particular brand that has come up in the market. Streak is another particular brand. So, what are the things that you are going to observe in the market is relating to the different varieties of the products that are going to be there as such. All these things are going to connote for us that we are going to be the thing like the product which becomes very durable, which is going to provide efficiency and which is going to provide lot of benefits for the customers. They remain in the what we say in the images of the people, and because the product is going to be positioned in the face of these particular consumers, and normally those particular products are going to be purchased. The point that I'm going to bring to your notice is that these products have become very, very popular in the market. You take any example, either it may be a biscuit or it may be a oil that we are using, even Hindustan Petroleum, Bharat Petroleum, and we have the Indian oil. They are competing on their own and they are giving their own advertisements in the market that they want to give a lot of advertisements. Check your items before it is going to be put into your bike and all those things. High quality is being ensured. You can complain against the malpractices that are being undertaken by the different manufacturers and the dealers, and you can book the cases against the Indian oil dealers, Petrol Bank, or the Hindustan Petroleum, or the some other company as such. So, lot of examples can be cited where only the quality is going to remain in the minds of the people. If you don't take up any particular stringent action relating to as to how the product is to be conserved, how the product is to be taken for the purpose of research and development work, and more value addition is to be made. Because value additions happens to be very important, no? Because the people are paying the money for your product and they don't want a what you say low graded item for that matter. Do we purchase any low graded item in the market by paying our hard earned money? No, sure. We don't want to purchase. Even when you go for a movie or when you go get into a hotel for taking a cup of tea or a coffee, you look into and venture out which particular hotel will give you the best tea for you. KT Cha, they call it as in the Dharwad or in the North Karnataka, they call it as KT. KT means very strong tea is going to be um, prepared and it is going to be served for you. So these things are going to tell us that the manufacturers have to learn lot of lesson relating to these things as to what variety of the product they have to give it for the consumers, because once you can fool in the market, but not always. The second time you can't make your consumer as a fool, because today we speak about the caveat vendor. It is not caveat emptor. The manufacturer or the seller should be very, very uh, uh, cautious when he is going to sell the product, because people do not want to purchase a third grade item which is not going to provide you any particular type of the quality service as such. You see that we can look into see that the decline stage is going to offer a chance for the manufacturer. Either he has to go for product diversification or he has to totally close his factory outlet and he has to go for manufacturing some other item which is going to be in high demand in the market. What is the point in manufacturing the same product which is not in demand in the market? We have to diversify, no, because we want profit. And why we are there in the market? It is only for the purpose of wealth maximization. So ultimately, shareholders who are the investors in the case of the joint stock companies, their wealth is to be maximized. So what you have to pay for them for the equity that they are going to do? You have to give the dividends. When you give the dividends, the shareholders are going to be happy. If you say this year also there is loss, Next year also there is loss. Coming years also there is no progress in the company means the investors will throw no noise across in the meeting in the annual general body meeting as you are not devoting your time for the purpose of earning the profit in the companies because you are very too lazy. You are not showing any efforts to see that you are going to put the company on the proper track. So the ultimate thing, the choice that is available for the manufacturer or the producer in the case of the uh, product life cycle is to give rebirth for a new variety of the product and to see that the people are going to purchase your product. Unless the people purchase your new variety of the product, you don't see that you are going to get any things that you expect in the market. And especially in the market, if you always to be there in the market, you have to go for the continuous value addition in the product. And the next another important thing that we look into in the product life cycle is the pricing policies. Like for example, during the maturity stage, you have to look into as to what pricing that you have to adopt for the purpose of selling the product. Either you can go for high skimming strategy or low skimming strategy, high penetration strategy, low penetration strategy like this. What is high penetration, high skimming strategy? You are going to make lot of profit when the product is new in the market. Afterwards, the product rates will come down on its own because of the competing agencies. For example, when Whirlpool came up in the market in the form of washing machine, Whirlpool in the form of refrigerator, and Whirlpool, you have the IFB machines, refrigerators, IFB or washing machines. They have come up in the market. What you are going to observe, you are going to see that the things are going to be taken care of by these particular issues in such a manner that you are going to make that particular product as very popular in the market. So high skimming strategy will ensure you that the manufacturer will spend lot of money on the advertisement and he will also fix the price at a very high premium rate. So high price, high advertisement cost and high price happens to be the feature of the high skimming pricing policy. When you go for low skimming pricing policy, you see that you fix up the price of the product at a uh, low level and you spend lot of money for the advertisement purpose. That is low skimming strategy, pricing policy. Then on the other hand, you have got high penetration strategy where you look into that you have to spend the price that you are going to sell is going to be very low, but you are going to spend lot of money on the advertisement purpose. That is called as the high penetration strategy. Low penetration strategy means you want to sell the product at a reasonable price or at low price, but at the same time you want to do not want to spend lot of money on the promotion activity. So you do not spend lot of money for the advertisement. Now all these things are going to tell you as to how you have to take into consideration the different aspects when you are going for the promotion of the products, especially with regard to the product life cycle. Because a very good mix of the marketing, either in the form of the product, in the form of this physical distribution, in the pricing policy, or in the uh, physical distribution, or in the channels of distribution, or with regard to the promotion, you have to be very careful. The very important thing is product point of view, you have to look into the quality. When you look into the promotion, you have to take care of advertisements and sales promotion, high spending on the promotion or low spending. When you go for the physical distribution, which particular option you want to go for, like direct marketing or selling it through the wholesalers or the dealers or something like that. Or you can even go for the, uh, the what we say, the pricing policy, which particular policy, like sometimes we are going for BATA pricing or psychological pricing or return on investment pricing, where when you want our cost plus pricing or you have got marginal costing principle, or you may be going for the fixed cost and such other varieties of the costing technology that you are going to apply for the purpose of getting the profit from the product as such. So always as a manufacturer, you have to take care of as to what suitable steps that you are going to take for the purpose of selling the product. And this is going to put an end for the product life cycle concept. I have explained for you in detail, taking into um, example lot of examples relating to cars, oil, and soaps, detergent soaps especially, and with regard to the different variety as to how you can sustain, the dealer can sustain themselves in the market and see that they are going to see. See, for example, the Reliance people only. Now they have entered into telecommunication area. Reliance people once upon they were in petrol, but from petrol, you see now they have gone for Reliance Jewels. That means they have entered into the business where they are manufacturing the jewelry items like bangles, necklace, chains, rings, and they are offering. They are into diamond business. Now they have gone for the telecommunication also. SIMs are being manufactured and distributed all over India, and they are paying with the mindset of the people. And they happens to be the highest major player in the telecommunication industry in India because Geo SIMs were given free of cost. People all purchased because they are getting free of cost. People also started using 28 days, 54 days, or 84 days. The free things were given. People started using that advantage also. Now all of a sudden they have increased the money. They for from 90 rupees they have gone for 270 or 280 rupees for 28 days. So every day, without knowingly or unknowingly, 10 rupees is being deducted for the usage of the mobile and multiplied by the crores together people who are going to purchase the product. So Tatas have diversified now. Tatas are purchasing the aeroplanes. They are taking over the Air India, and already they are controlling 6 to 7 airports in our country. They are maintaining it. So Ratan Tata, who started the business with some other manufacturing, Ashok Leyland, engines, lorries, and other products, now they are into manufacturing the Tata salt also. So iodized salts. So they are manufacturing. It is a proverb that Tatas are producing the product from pin to plane, from pin to plane, and from egg to elephant. That has become the nickname in our country as such, where they are going to be very popular in our country as such. So tomorrow we may take up some other topic which is very important in the marketing, and let's have the discussion. So now time is 10 o'clock and we are going to exit from the meeting. Thank you one and all.